We've got a 6 and 6 for you today, and we're drinking all of the benchmarks. Hi friends, I'm Laura, this is Troy, we're Baker Drinks, and we've got all 6 of the benchmarks that we're going to try today and see if really any of them are worth it.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of hype about these things over the past couple of years. The only one available in our area is the old number 8.
Which we've never felt like buying because it's $10, so we just assume it's not good.
People say Benchmark is good, and like all Buffalo Trace products, they're highly chased. We had an opportunity to pick all of these up for $100. We took the chance and pulled the trigger on that, and we're gonna let you know if we made a mistake or not. Okay, so we've got them poured up. We got the 8, the small batch, the top floor, the bonded, the single barrel, and the full proof. Single barrel is actually a little bit more expensive than the full proof, but we felt we needed to drink them lower proof to higher proof, so that's how they're lined up.
But otherwise, cheapest to most expensive. And when I say most expensive, we're going $10 to $25 here. So all budget bottles. I'm sure there's one in there for everyone.
If not, we're gonna have a lot of cocktails. It smells like very grainy, sweet cereal grain, corn.
Yeah, it's as you can see from the color, I mean, there's not a lot of color there. It's very light. It's not offensive. It's 80 proof. It's very light on the nose, so.
Like corn pop cereal, or corn puff cereal, whatever they call it.
Whatever it's called, we don't know. We don't eat cereal.
Corn Pop was a gangster.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude.
I don't know where to go with that. I think I'm gonna drink some whiskey. Cheers to you guys. Cheers to me. Cheers to you, Troy. Honestly, we've seen this on the shelves for a long time, and it's not as bad as I thought it would be. It's $10, so I was expecting it to just be like alcohol, just like you get like an alcohol burn. It's very thin. It's not crazy flavorful. You kind of get a little peanutty cereal.
Yeah, so thin, watery, low proof. It's like if Kool-Aid had a flavor called bourbon. This would be it.
Honestly, if you invited people over that like to take shots, that would probably be an easy one to take shots of, and it's $10, so great price.
There you go, Benchmark old number 8. That's your shooter. Small batch. Slight step up in price here. We're up to $15 to $17 range.
And a step up in proof as well. It's 90 proof.
The nose is a little better. Not as grassy. It's still sweet cereal grain. It's still Corn Puffs, not Corn Pop the gangster.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude.
I still haven't gotten that typical Buffalo Trace type of note. I don't know that I'm getting a whole lot of difference between the two. Maybe a little more proof. I felt a little something on my tongue, where the other one I didn't. It is what it is. It's a young, cheap, not offensive bourbon.
It's very, very light, kind of crisp, almost refreshing.
Honestly, I don't know that I'd be upset paying $15 for it. There's not too many whiskeys that we can buy for $15.
This is a step up from the shooter at the party. This is the mixer.
Okay, see, I'm noticing a slight difference on the third one. So we're drinking the top floor. This is 86 proof, so we're going down on proof here from the last one, but it's the same price as well. But this one I'm getting more of those caramel notes.
Oh yeah.
It's got a little bit more caramel to it. So there's a little bit more of than what I expect when I smell bourbon.
It's like a little butterscotch even, like the little hard candies that your grandma has.
I like hard candies.
That butterscotch shows up on the palate too. Even a little bit of oak showed up on that one.
I'd say that one's an improvement for me.
It's definitely my favorite of the 3. It might be too oaky though for as light as it is. It's still very thin, very light.
Sweet.
Yeah, grainy, sweet. But it does, like I said, the oak showed up and a very prominent butterscotch note.
So the next one, we're stepping it up in proof. We're going to 100 proof. It is the bonded.
So I'm guessing this one, in addition to being 100 proof, is older. It's darker than these. It's not age stated on the bottle, so it's got to be at least 4 years. And it smells the best. It's still got that butterscotch note on it. It's got some oak. It's not as astringent on the oak. It's like a sweet oak on this one.
Yeah, this one smells more balanced. Sometimes you just need a little bit more age to your whiskey. What's the price on this, Troy?
That's a $20 average MSRP.
Again, I mean, these price points are crazy cheap. Crazy cheap. Still, somehow, even though it's 100 proof, it still came across as thin, even with that enormous drink I just took.
Yeah, but the flavor, you guys, this is spicy. It's got the oak showed up for sure. The butterscotch note is tamed out a little on this one.
It still does have a little bit of that nuttiness.
It doesn't compete with like an early times bottled in bond, but this beats Evan Williams white label all day long.
For us, I would say yes. So we're going to the most expensive one of the lineup here, $25. This is the single barrel from Benchmark. It's a lower proof, 95. This one smells pretty good. It's a lot of butterscotch, kind of like that top floor.
It's got some really good flavor, actually. I'm struggling with the proof. These are all very thin, and everything when it's young like that benefits from some proof.
I feel like that one's got more going on though. The last one in the lineup,
$21 average MSRP.
this is the full proof.
Going up a lot in proof.
So it's 125 proof. It's going to be way different than the rest of them since the rest are like 80, 90 something proof. You know, now that we talked about there not being any fruitiness in those previous ones, I'm getting a little bit on here.
That is quintessential Buffalo Trace. This one has gotten fruity.
Yeah, it's like a much younger tasting version of a stag.
Yeah, so for whatever reason, this 125 proofer is still drinking a little bit thin. It's probably not very old.
But for $21, is that what you said? That's an insane price.
This entire lineup is ready-made for someone that's brand new getting into bourbon. They don't have a lot of money to spend. Their bourbon budget is pretty tight. It's got everything you need. You've got something, you can bring it to a party and take shots with it in the old number 8. You've got something that you can mix drinks with the small batch. You've got something from that prime location in the warehouse, the top floor. It's got the most change in temperature, so the most interaction with the wood, puts some unique characteristics into the whiskey. You've got a bottled in bond. You've got a single barrel. You've got a full proof. Everything that you could want. You take out old number 8, and these are the 5 whiskeys you need according to Reddit.
I am happy that we got to try all these. They aren't going to be something we regularly go to. I think it's fun to explore the slight nuances between them.
And just in case you're keeping score at home, we did rank these as we drank through them. As to be expected, old number 8 was 6th out of 6, small batch 5th out of 6, top floor 4th out of 6th. The bonded and the single barrel were a tie for first, and then the full proof was second.
Or third, however you want to do that. I hope you enjoyed the slightly different 6 and 6 that we did for you guys. We'll see you again soon. Cheers.